Friends, America is not at all interested to end US Iran war. Simply, number one, if such an issue is settled, you know, how the military industrial complex of the United States of America can afford, to stop their one very hot spot in the world, not to generate revenue for them. The more would be the flames of war, the more would be their military industrial complexes in the United States of America would be more operational and surely get more business. Number one. Number two, if such an issue is resolved, then, America's traditional role was of a policeman in the region. Now, with the passage of time, Russian and Chinese initiative to reach hot waters, and now, in particular, China, foreign policy, as far as their big project, like BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. Under that, in our region project like CPAC in our region, and similarly in the South China Sea, such packs, no, they they don't want this part of the region to be politically stable enough so that Chinese or Russians bloc like BRICS, they would be able to do business in the normal course of action. And the world got connected right from Shanghai to what I should say, Norway, or up till Sweden. The supply line, a more cheaper supply line than the usual route of sea route via Pacific Ocean and then China Sea, and then entering into the Arabian Peninsula and onward to the Suez Canal, Mediterranean, and the rest of the Europe, and so forth. So it is not their interest that such powers like China and Russia, they would be in a position to launch such a huge project which will change the shape of this part of the world, as well as a much beneficial project would be for the developed part of the world, collectively speaking. Now, if there would be flames in this part of the region, it would benefit to the American foreign policy makers. Moreover, if there would be peace in the region, how then the OPEC countries, oil producing and exporting countries, or you can say Gulf states, Middle Eastern states, leaving aside Israel, they would have no reason to have 1920 American bases in the region, and American influence, historical influence, would be much curtailed. This is not, acceptable to the American foreign policy makers, think tanks in the White House and America. Okay? Neither it is acceptable to the American power politics pundits, like the pundits or Democrats, and Republicans. Both they are heavily dependent on U.S. On Israeli's funding. Since majority of the multinational corporations in the world, which are corporations The key corporations are registered in the United States of America. Out of the world, 500 major multinational corporations, at least 350 are in the United States of America. They belongs to United States of America. And out of 350, at least 275 multinationals are belongs to in a one way, two way, or other way. They are bored. They are highly under influence of such corporations, and they are Jews. So Jewish people, they are very loyal to their nation. I'm in Israel, and their cause and their unity, is beyond any shadow of doubt, is highly commendable. You know, so both the parties in the United States of America, Democrats and Republicans, they are handicapped. Okay, if such an issue would remain, then the financer of their, the election financer would remain intact and would help them to win election. So it's also, it's their interest that not to settle down such an issue for both the parties. Apart from rhetoric, peace, this and that, it's all bullshit. Nobody wants peace. Apart from Czech Republic under the sun. So such are the stakes. And countries like our country, we have to do according to due to our political constraints and neighborhood. In our neighborhood, we cannot afford that Israelis should be one day over here. So we have our own, foreign policy that Iran should remain intact, and so that our nuclear project would not be on the forefront. So this is, friends, all going on, and I'm afraid for the next 5 to 10 years, this issue is not going to resolve. It will go and go on. Bye-bye.